Bones of a saint, a beacon of hope. Riches and wealth are a slippery slope. Shadows and darkness that creep through the night, as even in dreams our heroes must fight. No rest for the wicked in this darkened land. Eyes ever watchful for the reach of Strahd's hand.
Last time on Curse of Strahd, we spent an evening of rest and introductions to some of Valaki's residents. You met Erwin Martikov and his family, the owner of the Blue Water Inn. As you dined, you also met Zoldar and his brother, self-proclaimed wolf hunters and guides for hire. Also a rather flamboyant man by the name of Rictavio the Magnificent, a travelling ringmaster and a troop that is now missing his assistant, and planning on heading west to the settlement of Craigs to find him. The night was not, however, a peaceful one. During his meditation, Uthmar saw a shadowy figure attack Castor as he slept. You managed to fight it off, saving Castor from harm, but a deathly feeling that this would not be the last you saw of this creature dawned upon you. A new day saw you head to Henrik van der Voort at the coffin maker's shop to confront him and reclaim the bones of St. Andral. Breaking in, you found a rather elderly man who put up little fight and reluctantly showed you to a secret compartment in a wardrobe in the shop's basement, where he had hidden the bones to sell to a Lady Vakta, a noblewoman from Valaki and a possible ally of Strahd. Finding only a sack of silver coin with Strahd's seal on, the bones were gone, taken somewhere by, you assume, an agent of Lady Vakta. With this information, you head to her mansion in town, and Moth plans his entry and retrieval of information, and hopefully the relic you seek, as the rest of you waited outside. Which is where we will begin, with you outside the Vakta house. I will actually show you a picture of it as well. So you see, show you that. There we go.
Ooh. I'd love to live in that.
So yeah, as I described it before, it's clearly a wealthy family that lives here, but it is in somewhat disrepair. As a lot of Barovia seems to be.
That's So we're looking at one solid building.
Yes, it seems to be over 2 stories. There are some rather unkept gardens at the front where you've headed. There appears to be a path that leads up to the main entranceway and one that goes right round the back of the house as well.
Okay, and there don't seem to be any sort of like walls enclosing the property or anything, nothing?
No.
Nothing seems to be fenced off, it's just one big house?
Yes.
Okay.
Perhaps
okay.
for a basement.
Yeah, potentially they... Second?
I was going to say, is it like people moving about, like a gardener or people in the house?
No, so it's quite early still. It's probably only like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. You saw a few merchants and the like in town as you walked through the streets, but for the most part, the sun struggles to break through the thick grey clouds, so it's still quite dark. Obviously, there aren't many people in the streets yet, and there doesn't appear to be anyone around here. There is some light coming from the windows in the ground floor towards the kind of back of the mansion and in the kind of front bit that sticks out a bit there.
Okay.
You probably can't see that. What can you see, in fact? Yeah, you can see. You can kind of see on the map where the windows are marked.
Okay. Now, in terms of just sort of like getting an idea of the outline of the building, is it okay to move around it, or?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'll. I'm not too fond of the map they give you to hand out because it shows you like an entire blueprint of the house, and that's. I don't really want you to see something.
Okay, well, don't. If you don't want to hand that out, don't hand that out.
Yeah.
I just wanted to sort of get an idea of the shape of it. Is it alright if I just use my token around to see?
Yeah, sure, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, like I said, there's no one tending the grounds. There doesn't seem to be anyone milling around outside as such. So yeah, you could probably move around quite easily without being spotted by anyone.
Okay. So at the north of the building and the south of the building, I'm assuming these are the entrances.
Yeah, so to the south you see the main front door.
Mm-hmm.
It appears to be a heavy oak door with large brass bands across it. It looks quite reinforced.
Okay.
There is a slat in the door that looks like it would open. Around the back you see a similar door. This one is not quite as well reinforced, though it's still quite a sturdy looking door. And then as you pass by towards the rear of the property, there are cellar doors in the ground.
Okay.
Like heavy oak doors with iron rings that you would pull open that head down under the house.
Where was that?
Just round the back here. So to the east.
Oh, right, the little nubbin that sticks off at the top.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Is this place big enough for like a servant's entrance? Or is it just a front door, back door, window, cellar kind of thing?
They appear to be the main entrances to this property, yeah, apart from the windows, which are on the first and second floor. The only doors you've seen are the cellar doors and then the front and rear.
Okay. Right. Now, as far as coming up with a plan goes, I've got two real spells here that are going to be of use to us. Now, if we're all going in en masse, I've got Pass Without Trace, which will give everybody a +10 on stealth checks. So, disadvantage or not, that could be useful. And we also won't leave any trace of our passing. And also, in the pinch, I've got Locate Object to try and find this thigh bone. And this wonderful artistic rendition in charcoal and spare paper.
I think Uthmar would, with his knowledge of these things, be well aware that a house this size would need significant staff. So you would assume that despite the state of the outer of it, the kind of decayed front,
it's still going to be teeming like a rat's nest.
Well, you'd imagine there would at least be a cook, a couple of cleaners, possibly a waiting staff of at least one or two, plus any residents that are here.
I would be inclined to think as well that potentially that the basement might be busy in terms of a kitchen, potentially, rather than just a storeroom.
So as you pass by the kind of east side of the house, you glance through the windows, and you could see that what looked like a kitchen was in the
on the ground floor.
It looked to be in the southeast corner.
Personally, I suggest we go through the cellar.
Okay.
Could I do another walk around, but with detect magic up?
Yeah, sure.
May I interject?
Yes, I think Vert here should go knock on the front door and flirt his way in.
I can by all means try.
You know what they say, the stranger you meet will be tall, pale and hooded.
If I have heard of this flirting, I can try and give it a go.
It's like fishing, but with the opposite gender. Or the same gender, depends.
And you never had any luck fishing either, did you, Mark?
No. I was using the wrong tools.
Sorry, but what were you going to say?
I was going to say perhaps a lowly traveller and his sister could go to the door, and I could potentially try and you with me go to the basement.
We could try. We can move around there, but once we get in there, I'm not the most quiet.
Very true. In that case, I will leave you there.
Perhaps you could fly us to the roof.
I thought about flying, but I'm not sure if my strength's strong enough to lift you up. I was going to think of that, but that was my first thought, but I don't know.
How far can you fly?
30 feet.
You could certainly get to the second floor.
But with caster?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, you essentially be moving at half speed.
I've knocked Gazrak, for fuck's sake.
I just assume everyone can't be lifted, right, so... Alright, well, I can potentially move to the second floor with me.
I'm going to say that I can find out what floor it's on, or I can give everyone stealth. I can't do it at the same time, and if I switch between, that burns metagaming. That burns a second level spell slot. I've only got 3. And I think we're going to get attacked by a vampire man this evening.
Do you and your sister have a way of communicating that we can't hear?
Can I return communicate when you awaken mind?
I sort of read it as I think just one way.
It's just one way, okay.
Cool. Well, I'll go with your first option.
Just for a clarification and perhaps redacting something that I can't remember, the festival is tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've counted the number of days, but I think Strahd is imminent.
I couldn't remember if everyone thought it was today or tomorrow, but it will be tomorrow.
I think the festival is the day after, yeah.
Yeah. So you've got this whole day.
And the 3 days is tonight.
Well, I like the idea of adding 10 stealth and it's all going together.
What, I'm going through the basement?
Okay, here's my idea. I think I might pop locate object, which will give me 10 minutes to sort of get a good idea of where it is. If it's up high, I may try and climb the outside of the building and have a look through some windows potentially. But if it's down low, that's it. That's when we have to go in.
Okay.
So Vanessa, as you are you using detect magic to have a quick once around? Okay, cool. So as you have a quick recce around the building, you do detect some magic. And I think it would be fair to say that you sense as you kind of walk around the eastern side of the house near the cellar, you see a faint glow of necrotic energy coming from the cellar doors. And you also see some faint energy from a window on the second floor, which would be above where the kitchen is. So in this like southeast corner, the window above there, you can see some necrotic energy glow through the windows.
Can I ask? You might be able to clarify a bit. Is it like it's on the door and window, or it's kind of coming from?
No, it's definitely faint enough that it's in the house and in the room somewhere. It's not actually from the building itself.
Okay, yeah, don't tell the others then that I sent.
Okay.
Up in the closet behind the set doors and as well in that window.
Okay, after she tells me this, I'll go for a wander around the house now. Would I be able to use my divine sense?
Yes.
Just to see if there's a.
And
yeah.
To try and fly discreetly and have a look at the window.
Fly discreetly. That's gonna be good. Yeah. A 6-foot winged beast flying around, big wings.
At some point we're gonna get screwed off.
You get a very faint sense of undead from the cellar, but it's very, very faint. Almost like it's maybe a recently dead animal or something like that. It's very small, very faint.
Yeah. I think perhaps with the detection that Vanessa did, and with this, we could safely, well, not necessarily assume, but maybe guess that they've potentially been doing some kind of sacrifice or carrying something out in the basement that maybe not on the good side of things.
Wow, you got all that from sensing a potential dead animal in the basement.
Why else would there be a dead animal in the basement? And if she can detect magic...
You
remember
and die?
Remember what happened the last time we slit a rat?
No.
A house fell apart.
Yeah, so what's going to happen if these guys are performing weird rituals and stuff?
Well, yeah, I hate to think they got a rabbit out there that's like twice the size of a rat.
That'd be amazing.
I'm going to pop locate object, and I'm going to fix in my mind the image given to me of that thigh bone, and it's 1,000 feet, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a pretty decent sweep on the building.
Sure. Yeah. Does it give you like an exact location, or is it just kind of like a... Let's have a look. Direction. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, you cast the spell, and you definitely get a strong sense that the item you are looking for is on the second floor of this building. Towards the east, towards the back, towards the east of the house.
Is the second floor the middle floor on the picture, or like the roof?
On the picture, I'll have to look at the picture because I can't remember what it looks like. So yeah, it's only 2 floors. So yeah, that picture's not exactly what it looks like, but yeah, all the windows above there are just 1 floor. There are some small balconies that do run around the house though.
Okay, I think it's above the kitchen to the east. That's where I reckon it is.
Is there any kind of trellis or vines or anything that would be climbable?
Oh yes, yeah, absolutely.
I think I'd be willing to give it that a go.
I'd happily give it a climb.
Okay.
I'm very small and agile.
Sure, yeah. I mean, you're kind of used to this.
I feel like you're best suited to catching me when I fuck it.
Why not? I'm fine. Well, if you prefer me to stay down here, that's fine.
Yeah, if I get sort of like a bead on where it is above me, I'd like to sort of very stealthily avoiding windows, etc. To sort of looking at this trellis.
Yeah.
Is it liable to instantly fall off the wall if I try and climb it?
No, I think you're experienced enough to know that you can find a spot where it's definitely sturdy enough to hold your weight.
You have climbed many a trellis into an unknowing neighbour.
I was a bit of a menace for it. I would like to, I'll head around the back then, assuming somewhere like there.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you.
Where am I getting the bead?
So on the north face and south face of this building, there's like a small like roofed balcony that kind of runs around.
Okay.
That you would be able to get onto the second floor of.
Okay.
So if I'm just going to move you to another map so you'll get a better sense of what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So if I move you here, this is the second floor blueprint here. So you can see that there's like this here kind of runs along the south and north of the building, which is where the trellis is kind of attached to. Yeah.
Right. I'll have a mosey on up there if I can.
Okay.
What do you want from me?
I'd say you would be able to climb up this trellis without any kind of need for a skill check. It's
excellent.
Sturdy enough. You've got the experience that you've done this before.
What's my bead? Where am I thinking?
Okay.
North of my location?
Yes. Very close. You pull yourself up onto the the kind of wooden balcony here, and you can see that there is a small window.
It's like a porch roof type situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like a porch roof. Like Cass said, it's covered in ivy. And it's got a few shingles missing, but you can see a small window that is openable. It looks like you kind of peer.
Can I peek in there?
Yeah, you can peer in. You can just see like the furniture. There's like a bed, wardrobe, a nightstand, dressing table. As you look in through the window onto the bed, though, you do see a body lying in the large double bed. I just need to get to which room we are in. You see across from the door to this room, a fireplace sputters and struggles for life in the hearth, above which hangs a framed family portrait. A noble father and mother, their 2 young sons, and a baby daughter in the father's arms. The sons are smiling in a way that suggests mischief. The parents look like uncrowned royalty. Wood panelling covers the walls of the room. A closet and a framed mirror flank a curtained window to the south. To the north, a wide canopied bed lies pinned between matching end tables with oil lamps. Stretched out on one side of the bed is a man dressed in black, his eyes each covered with copper pieces. He bears a striking resemblance. He bears a striking resemblance to the father in the painting.
Okay.
Also, looking in this room, from where you are, that's everything you can see.
Okay. Wood panelling on the walls.
Yep.
I can't quite make it out from here. Is that there's a door to the west?
Yeah, that looks like the main door into this room, and the only entrance and exits. Other than this window.
So the feeling I get from here is that what I'm sensing is beyond this room, correct?
Possibly in this room.
Possibly in this room?
Yep.
Whoa. Okay. The window is openable, yeah?
Yes, it looks to be. Yeah, it's just got a small, iron latch on the inside.
Okay.
Which is single pane glass.
I'd like to sort of hang over the porch and give everyone the this way sort of thing, and if possible, could I get Bert up on the porch with me. Assist him up here.
To be fair, I 100% want to fly up, so.
It's itching to fly.
Save that for when we flee.
Okay, fine.
But I feel like you're going to be my stealthy backup here.
Okay, I'm just not entirely sure how good I'm at climbing, but I will give it a go.
I want you to, yeah. Well, if I can assist.
Sure.
If you don't think you can make it up alone, but I'd like to help.
Great, I like it.
Yeah, I imagine as a monk, you're quite agile.
I parkour it.
You parkour it. Moth.
Bolt up on your spear.
Moth outstretches an arm to help pull you up.
Onto the...
all the while, and I'm sure Bert understands this is softly, quietly.
Yeah, as you pull him up onto the small wooden, the small roof, you do hear it creak slightly as he steps aboard. It seems to be holding your weight for now.
Thankfully, I'm not overly heavy. I'm just very tall.
I want to climb now.
He's like boom, boom.
Right, and I would say like to Castor and Vanessa to keep an eye out. Can I try and open the window quietly?
Quietly. How are you going to try and open the window?
Well, what do I believe it? Is it a sliding up-down sash window type thing, or is it latched inside?
Yeah, it looks like it's latched inside on hinges that would swing out.
On hinges that would swing out. Okay. I can cast Mage Hand through a window, right?
I believe you can.
I'll get that to pop the latch for me.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, you easily lift the small metal latch, and the window creaks slightly open towards you.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna try and sort of just gently pad down in to the room.
Cool.
Through the window.
Okay. As you head into the room, I would now like you to make a stealth check. $22. Yeah, your feet silently land upon the wooden floorboards, and you can now see around the room. Yeah, as described before, there's a kind of vanity mirror desk to your left, the two matching side tables by the large four-poster bed, and the very well-dressed gentleman lies motionless on the bed.
Okay.
There is a closet door to your right.
Okay. If I put an ear up to the door, can I hear anything through it? They keep all sorts of shit in the cupboard in this country.
Sure. Yeah, no, you don't hear anything still.
Okay. Am I getting any better sense on locate object?
Other than that it's in this room, no.
Maybe it's in his leg. Is that a bone transplant?
What's to my left there? That's the writing desk, did you say?
It's like a vanity mirror.
Oh, vanity mirror,
yeah.
Okay.
Like a ladies' dressing table kind of thing.
Last time someone looked in the mirror, we had some weird ghost acting faces.
Yeah.
It was great, do it again.
We'll do that again.
Do I believe this man to be an ex-man? Is he deceased?
He does not appear to be moving, no. There are two copper coins that sit on his eyes.
Okay.
Maybe it's his beauty treatment.
The sheets on the bed, do they cover floor to ceiling, or can I see under the bed from where I am?
Yeah, you can see under the bed. Yeah, the bed is actually very, very, very well made. There is an area next to the man that seems to have also been slept in at some point. where the sheets are slightly ruffled. Yeah, you can see under the bed. Doesn't appear to be.
Okay.
From where you're standing, you can't see anything under the bed.
Okay. Can I put an ear to the door into whatever other room is adjacent?
Sure. Yeah. Make a perception check, please. It sounds fairly quiet. There are some faint footsteps, but they seem to be downstairs, perhaps. They're very far away, or, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely nowhere near where you are.
Right. Right, I know it's in this room. I don't know where it is. Did you say the fireplace was on?
Yes, yeah, there is a remnant of a fire. It's still burning a few small bits of wood that are left, but must have been made for the night. This is the remnants of it.
Okay, the first place then I want to check is if it's warm, if it's cool enough, hand up the chimney breast.
Okay. So look, is there anything in the
ho ho ho.
You pull out a spare black boot.
Make a perception check for me, please.
Ew.
You search around, and a few flames still lick the embers that are there, so you can't keep your hand in there too long. But you pull out a handful of soot, dust.
Ow, hot. Ooh, drop. Okay, is the closet locked?
No, it does not appear to be. It opens to reveal shelves of fancy footwear and many fine garments, including a black ceremonial robe with hood and gilt lining. On a high shelf rests a locked iron chest.
Do I get any pings from the chest?
Yeah.
I do.
You do.
Okay, right. I want to look at the shelf. Can I inspect and see if anything's going to happen if I move the chest?
Sure, make an investigation check.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you know these things are trapped usually, so you spend a little extra time being a little careful, and just take a minute or two more just to double check over this box and test it slightly at distance and check underneath. And as you're doing that, Castor and Vanessa, in the streets down below, you hear booted footsteps heading down the street towards you.
As if they're coming towards the house.
They seem to be, as you look down the street, you see two town guards holding spears in hand, rather worn and non-matching leather armour. And they just seem to be walking down the street in your direction, but not specifically towards the house. Looks like they're doing their rounds.
Okay. As they kind of get closer and past, I just, good morning.
I go, oh, what be well.
We don't seem suspicious at all.
Yeah, they can give you a bit of a... wait a minute. You're those outsiders Baron Vallaki told us to keep an eye on. What are you doing out here?
Oh, just out for a morning stroll.
Well...
in the atmosphere before the festival.
Don't let Lady Vokta catch you on her land. Terrible old cow she is.
Yeah, that.
Well, go about your business. They continue to walk on. Yeah, Uthmar, you lift the heavy iron chest off the shelf, and nothing seems to happen.
Okay. Cool. And I feel that there's no trap, nothing.
Nope. There is just a small keyhole on a otherwise plain-looking box.
Okay. Okay. I will carry it over to the window and pass it to Bert once he's finished his trance.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so Uthamar comes over to the window, hands you, Vert, a large iron box.
Okay.
This,
What do you want me to do with it?
This is the mark. This is what we're after.
Oh, good. I thought it was.
Okay, now we just need to get it away from here without being seen.
Okay. Would you like me to fly it away from here? Safely? Only I'm concerned how we're going to carry it down. I do have rope that I could potentially tie it to and hand it down to Casper.
Just throw it and I'll catch it.
Yeah, how... Does it seem like the sort of thing that's going to injure someone in the back or knee region if it gets thrown down to them?
Yeah.
And they try and catch it?
I have a shield, it's fine.
I mean, it's like
I
a
think
1 foot.
lowering it down on the rope is probably the best idea because that's the easiest way for it to not make lots of sound.
And I was also more concerned about breaking the inside of it. I know it's a bone, but...
The only thing is it's locked and I have no key.
Oh, so we could do with dropping it then?
Yes, but not here.
Right, okay, cool.
In fact, we may not even need to remove them from the box. We might just be able to put them back in the church and it will work.
Okay, so I'm going to tie this rope to it and lower it down?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Are those guards coming back?
So,
No, they appear to be carrying on down the street, away from you.
Just really hoping they're coming back. So it's going to do that whole tell them exactly what we're doing and they won't believe it.
you sleight of hand this rope?
So yeah, it's like a 1 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot square iron chest. So you want to try and tie some rope to it and lower it down. Is that the thing?
So basically, I'm going to tie the rope over each. So you tie it over one corner, and then over the top, and then it'll leave you with a bit and you can lower it down.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
I'll give you assistance where I can.
Okay. So make me a sleight of hand check, Vert, to tie this box onto this rope.
Can I assist him for advantage?
Sure. Yeah.
Hey, the assistance was needed.
Okay. So yeah, you start tying it off, and then Ulthmar kind of takes a look and says, "I think you may want to retie that."
Yeah, look, if I put my finger here and hold.
I'm holding my spear at the same time. I can't tie it.
As you are tying the box with this rope, you hear behind you, Uthmar, the door to the bedroom open.
Okay, well, I haven't closed the window, I haven't closed the cupboard, and I'm standing here right outside the window. So if I can just...
It's a 15-foot drop.
I'll catch you.
Okay, you just...
ever so slightly step away from the window.
Okay, sure, yeah. Okay, yeah, cool. As you do that...
Like this.
You hear light footsteps inside the room. They sound like they're raking the fireplace out.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear like a metal on stone.
Mm-hmm.
Are you just going to wait there for a few minutes?
Well, yes.
Okay.
Just being very quiet.
Okay. A few minutes go by, and they you hear the footsteps coming towards the window.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. I would like to I'm going to go for charm person.
Okay.
I think I'm just going to pop out and try charm person.
Okay, so you kind of pop out, and you see a you see a fairly middle-aged woman dressed in kind of a maid's outfit. Fall back as you startle her. She kind of lands on the ground. Oh my goodness! What on earth are you doing out there?
Well, I'm going to start laying on the old charm now. And try and rack my brains for something.
Who are you? You're trying to break in here.
No, I'm here to check your security. I was hired by Lady Bugter.
I must speak to the lady of the house. I must. And she starts trying to get to her feet.
Eyes, give me the eyes.
Give the
charmer.
Go. Okay, so it's a wisdom saving throw. Wisdom saving throw. 15. What's your DC?
It's not 15.
No. And she scrambles for the door.
I'm going to turn to Vert and I'm going to say, book it.
Book it, Deno.
Book it. Bad.
Okay. Yeah, you hear the door open in the room, and she starts shouting. Lady.
I think Vert needs to make a wisdom saving throw, because if you say book it to him, he's going to think, I don't have a book.
Precious seconds I can't waste on idioms.
My reaction would have been to grab you and, move off.
Yeah.
Okay, so you hear this woman shouting inside.
Book it, no. Bucko is correct. I would 100% be like, book what?
Flee away.
I feel we should have booked the appointment before.
Now is the time for running.
Sure. Yeah, you guys hear from inside the house. Lady Varta, intruders. You guys are gonna fly off the roof.
Yeah, I want to grab them and fly off.
Okay.
So actually, turned away, literally out the window.
I don't want to let that box out of my sight.
Well, the box is down now, isn't it?
Oh, right, okay. Right.
Oh, because obviously we would have seen you lowering it, been watching.
Yeah.
I would have come over and
lower the box so I can get you out.
Okay, cool. So you are now outside the front of this house with a large metal box.
Guys, time to run.
Perhaps, Mark, we should book it.
Yes, let's clap cheeks.
guys are just going to run. Let's move back to the town map. You can decide where you're running to.
The chapel. I mean, that's my first instinct is flee for it.
Okay.
Feet, run.
I'm not running.
I don't jump running.
Run.
You don't do running.
I'm going to run anything wrong.
No, well, we could just stand there, to be fair. The guards know we were just loitering. Might get done with that.
In the
I'm going to walk slowly in the other direction.
okay.
Maybe some bread on the way.
To be fair, I think I'd walk with her, then it doesn't
Okay.
look
It looks
as-
weird if you all run.
If I suddenly went the other way, they'd be like, "Oh."
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, I think the bakery was probably one of the few places you saw actually open this morning. Vanessa, as you walked through the town.
I'm going to meander back around and loop back to the church.
Okay. So I will just place a couple of... okay, cool. So yeah, you head down towards what is like the main kind of road through town. The two guards that you saw are not far ahead of you, actually. They're kind of slowly wandering around the streets, checking everyone's all right. And Vert, Uthmar, you're just going to run through like the quickest direction possible.
I would say straight line it, but I would try and go behind houses, not necessarily down the main road.
Sure.
Oh, we still running? Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm not stopping until we get to base.
Right, okay. I just immediately, because he didn't see me, so I just thought, put your hood up, mate. Works for me.
Is this the way the guards are?
Well, if you want to,
Yes.
if you want to go with those guys, if you've not been seen, then you can. You guys can be like, oh, he went that way.
No, you see, my thought was, you've seen what you look like, but you're with a tall guy with a hood on, and you two have a hood on, and we walk, we look less conspicuous than if all of a sudden you were legging it. Well, he possibly could have been on my balcony. Well, he's the only one running. It must have been him.
We still got the element of surprise though.
All right.
I want to move. I would like to move as quickly as possible and let an instinct carry over.
Very well, I will.
Where were you heading to?
Be safe.
Straight to the church with the iron box. Get the bones
Oh, I
back.
have the iron box.
Load it to the floor.
Yeah, we lowered it down. You guys were still at the road, weren't you?
Yeah, but when you lowered it, I went and got it. But
Well, I would suggest like a handoff, and then I'm going to beat feet.
Okay.
Feet, and bucket.
Beat feet, bucket.
You're learning lots of new
Mm-hmm.
new sayings today.
I didn't know this burning it as well. I didn't know you were the cool kid. I really didn't.
Peg it, son.
so you've got the box and you're heading that way with Vert.
Vert can come if he wants.
While you do that, I think I would suggest to Vanessa quietly that we catch up with those guards and provide a false direction to which we saw two strange men running away from the house, because then if they come fleeing out of the house shouting guards, we've said, oh no, we saw them head, like, saying we saw them heading, like, round this way kind of thing, somewhere.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
13's going to follow you. And you're legging it, so let's leg it with you.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, Uth and Vert start heading out westward towards the church. Castor and Vanessa, you're trying to catch up with the guards, yeah?
Yeah, we're going to tell them that we've just seen two strange figures running from Lady Dinny's house.
Okay.
We run up to them.
And they seem to be heading east.
Yeah, they see you heading towards them. Stop their procession down the road. You two again. Enjoying your walk this morning, are you?
Well, we were until we suddenly saw two strange figures running from the lady's house.
Strange figures? What do you mean, strange figures?
I think it was a man and a woman. I couldn't really tell.
I think I saw one in the garden as well.
Well, make a deception check, please.
Who? What?
Cast it. You can have advantage if you're both trying to spin this yarn. Nice.
Way better lying than I thought I was.
Silver tongue.
The entire town.
Well,
because I'm like this holy paladin like guy. I'm like
well, we're no fans of Lady Voctor, but if there's a crime, we might get rewarded for catching them. Come on, let's go. And they grab their weapons and start hot-tailing it down the street past you. They went that way.
And then I think me and Vanessa will take a nice leisurely stroll to the church to meet up with everyone else.
Sure.
I can't work here, it's dead.
Not done anything wrong.
Stop off at the bakery on the way.
Okay, yeah, sure, you can do. It's very sparsely stocked, this bakery. There's a handful of loaves of bread, and that's about it. There's not much in the way of pastries and yeah, it's very very sparse.
I go, don't you have anything nice?
We haven't had anything nice in the bakery for a long time. Wheat's hard to come by.
I just said bread looks good. I'll take a loaf. How much?
Just a couple of copper pieces.
Bargain. And I give him like 10 silver.
Well, thank you very much. I haven't seen your faces in here, town before.
I think we're just passing through.
Yeah, most.
Is wheat hard to come by because those old ladies live in the windmill now?
Well, just crops don't seem to want to grow in the grounds around here. It's like
there's not much sunlight.
Yeah, they just have no will to live.
Seems like most people in this land.
We plant things, but they just wither away.
Well, hopefully that little extra silver will help you get a few more supplies.
Magically don't.
Thank you kindly. It's good to see some new faces around.
I like the baker. I wish him well. I got a loaf of bread. I wish him well and just carry on towards the church.
Yeah, it doesn't take you long to saunter through the streets. You see a few more people around now, but still the streets seem fairly empty. A lot of the buildings, shops, even residences are still firmly shuttered, and some even seem to be out of business and closed completely. But you make your way to the church to find your companions, Ismark and Ireena, and Father somebody I've forgotten the name of. Father Lucian, yeah. Where's the church?
Don't judge the spear.
Don't judge it.
Don't judge the spear. The spear's on the bed. I know we've had it for like 20 years, but I used it.
Don't judge the spear.
Or the spear shall judge you. Let me just move you guys over to here. So yeah, you enter the church. You see Ismark and Ireena sat in one of the pews. Father Lucian is providing them with some soup, it looks like, and he greets you as you enter. It is good to see you again. And he sees that you are carrying this box. What is it you have there?
The bones.
By the morning Lord, you have found the bones. You've returned them to the church.
And you haven't seen us.
Oh, of
Something
course.
that slipped my mind is that I'm blue.
Totally forgot that I'm blue.
I should have used disguise self. I was a fool. I forgot. I forgot that I'm incredibly conspicuous.
Well, yeah, there's not a lot.
I have to use that now.
Blue people.
There was a blue man. Oh yeah, I've seen that guy. He keeps hanging around the chapel. Might have to turn Mop into a wig.
Father Lucian walks over to you. I am eternally grateful for you returning this sacred relic back to my church. Thank you all.
I have no key for the box. I just have an instinct that they're in there.
We must open this.
It could be trapped.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, Mop almost left out.
Before we try opening it, I think we should get V to give it the once over.
Have we arrived now, yeah?
You guys turn up about 5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes later.
I know the shelf it was on wasn't trapped. I don't know that it isn't mechanically trapped, and I don't know that it might be not. It may well be magically trapped. I've had my fingers burnt by that one before. Literally.
Your fingers don't look burnt now, Mop.
It was a time ago.
Mop. I didn't mean to call you Mop, actually.
You know.
Ismark stands from his position on the pew. We must return the bones to their resting place. Please, you've managed to get us this far.
I take my shield off my back and say I'm happy to try and open it.
Okay.
Give it no, not yet. We must be careful. They may have rigged the box to destroy the bones if they're opened by the wrong person. Although if they wanted to do that in the first place, then they probably would have. Strahd would have enjoyed that. But I don't know. I think we should just...
Mop, would it make you feel better if I sat and prayed it with my incense while they opened it at a distance?
If I am behind you...
I'm going to take
if you are between me and the box, then I will feel some small iota of comfort.
Can I...
Like a meditation system and like an incense stick.
Yes, Vanessa.
Can I put text magic on the box?
You can. You do not get any sense of any magical effects from the box.
Can I just have a look?
You can have a looky look, yeah. Do you want to make an investigation check? Ooh. You closely inspect the box, and you see that the lock itself does appear to have been tampered with somehow. It looks like there's some kind of spring mechanism.
What kind of hinges are on the back of it?
Just kind of a just like a metal barrel hinge.
Can I try and knock the pin out of the back of the hinges and open it backwards so I don't actually open the lock?
Okay. Sure. I mean, these are pretty sturdy metal hinges, so.
I may have a tool for that. 1 moment.
I'm just thinking, if it, rather than forcing the front of the box.
Yeah. No, I see. Yeah.
Like, did you say it's an iron box?
Yeah, it's made out of iron.
Potentially just try and pry it apart, or like
Pull one side off it. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. If rather than just smash it, which is going to set the whatever might be in there off.
Sure.
Try and kind of pull one of the edges off, or like pry it open.
Yeah, if you want to try and strike the actual hinge, I think it would probably still be a strength athletics check. Because you're trying to hit the pin with enough force and knock that off. Yeah.
Basically, yeah. I'm trying to, rather than trying to go anything with the lock, with a.
Yeah, trying to tamper with that. Sure.
I'm trying to tamper with the part, see if I can open it another way.
You take a good swing at it, and you crack accurate enough that it hits the hinge on the back, but you just don't feel it was quite strong enough to knock it free. It is dented somewhat now, though.
Okay, Bert, can I borrow your spear?
Of course, my friend. But please be careful, it is very fragrant.
I have a spare dagger if you want to wedge something in there.
It's fine, I'll use Bert's spear because it's treasured. I'll, instead of trying to just hit it now, because if I've dented it, I want to try and force the spear in.
Okay.
And then like lever it and make
Pop
the
it that
thing
way.
fly up.
Okay, cool. Make another athletics check. Make it with advantage this time because you've got quite a good leverage on a spear, and it's been weakened quite a lot. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. You pop the back of the box open, and the locking mechanism clicks, and this small dart flies out and hits a pew. But the box itself, you also see like a small cloud of gas, like as the arrow hit the pew. It just goes.
Don't go near that.
I think that pew's dead.
Killed the pew. But yeah, the box now is cracked open, and inside you see the thigh bone that was drawn for you. And you also see a large leather-bound tome. I think.
Where's Fender when we need him? Book?
Books. They love
Can I pick out the tome and just read, like, does it say anything on the front of it, or?
It does. I will tell you exactly what.
I'd like to give the bone to Lucian or Lucius.
Sure, yeah, Father
In my
Lucius.
mind, just you want to give the bone to the priest.
Wow.
And yes, I'm a college tutor. Shut up.
If only I knew where the items were to give you. Oh, there he is. Yeah, cool. Yes, I will show you what it looks like. There you go. What's that?
Ooh. Ooh.
I like how we opened that.
Neat.
There's always one. Can't just do.
Okay, so there's some bits which are still readable in it.
Yes, I will give you those as well. However, you may want to read them at your own leisure. There's quite a lot, or you can read it out. It's up to you. But
I think it's just about we'd read like, whoa, there's quite a few.
Yeah. As you're looking through this tome, Father Lucian heads over to the altar where he had replaced the stone flags at the front of it, and starts trying to pry up the flagstones once more.
I ask him if this is the real deal.
Yeah. Yes, my friend. These bones now will re-sanctify the church and make it a safe haven once again from Strahd's reach.
Excellent. Where's your fireplace? Where's the nearest fireplace?
There is one in his office, so it's just kind of off the hallway in the entranceway.
Okay, I am going to gently and with a great amount of care remove the mop head from the mop, find some soot from the fireplace, and obtain some water from somewhere, and try and dye the mop black.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I am going to try and craft a very rudimentary wig.
I thought you were going to try and drow for
Yeah, I wasn't sure where that was going.
Sure, yeah. As you ask Father Lucian where the fireplace is, Ismark comes over to you and shakes your hand and thanks you for saving his sister.
Fingers crossed it works.
I'm sure the Morning Lord will protect us now. Thank you.
Yep. Now we've just got to wait for...
Count your chickens before they hatch.
Yep.
I mean, if we don't think anyone's coming for us in the church, I would suggest that we... Obviously, I'd sit and read this.
Sure.
And then I would obviously go and tell everyone about it. No, I haven't read it all.
Okay, no, that's fine.
So if you want, I'll. Have you sent this to everyone, or do you want to read it to them?
I have sent it out to everyone, but you can read it if you like.
May as well, just in case it applies.
Sure. Yeah.
I am the ancient, I am the land. My beginnings are lost in the darkness of the past. I was the warrior, I was good and just. I thundered across the land like the wrath of the just God. But the war years and the killing years wore down my soul as the wind wears stone into sand. All goodness slipped from my life. I found my youth and strength gone, and all I had left was death. My army settled in the valley of Barovia and took power over the people in the name of a just God, but with none of God's grace or justice. I called for my family, long unseated from their ancient thrones, and brought them here to settle in Castle Ravenloft. They came with a younger brother of mine, Sergei. I just keep thinking of the bloody meerkat, you know. Hey, Sergei! He was handsome and youthful. I hated him for both. I couldn't answer.
Sounds like me and my brother.
From the families of the valley, one spirit shone above all others, a rare beauty who was called Perfection, Joy, and Treasure. Her name was Tatiana, and I longed for her to be mine. I loved her with all my heart. I loved her for her youth. I loved her for her joy, but she spurned me. Old One was my name to her, Elder and Brother also. Her heart went to Sergei. They were betrothed. The date was set. With words she called me brother. But when I looked into her eyes, they reflected another name, death. It was the death of the age that she saw in me. She loved her youth and enjoyed it, but I had squandered mine. The death she saw in me turned her from me, and so I came to hate death, my death. My hate is very strong. I would not be called death so soon. I made a pact with death, a pact of blood. On the day of the wedding, I killed Sergei, my brother. My pact was sealed with his blood. I found Tatiana weeping in the garden east of the chapel. She fled from me. She would not let me explain, and a great anger swelled within me. She had
Strahd's an incel.
Strahd's what?
Strahd's an incel.
That's hard to pick up.
What did I get to?
I'm sorry.
She would not let me explain, and a great anger swelled within me. She had to understand the pact I made for her. I pursued her. Finally, in despair, she flung herself from the walls of Ravenloft, and I watched everything I ever wanted fall from my grasp forever. It was 1,000 feet through the mists. No trace of her was ever found. Not even I know her final fate. Arrows from the castle guards pierced me to my soul, but I did not die, nor did I live. I became undead forever. I have studied much since then. Vampire is my new name. I still lust for life and youth, and I curse the living that took them from me. Even the sun is against me. It is the sun and its light I fear the most. But little else can harm me now. Even the stake through my heart does not kill me, though it holds me from movement. But the cursed sword that Sergei brought, I must dispose of that awful tool. I fear and hate it as much as the sun. I have often hunted for Tatiana. I have even felt her within my grasp, but she escapes. She taunts me. She taunts me. What will it take to bend her love to me? I now reside far below Ravenloft. I live among the dead and sleep beneath the very stones of this hollow castle of despair. I shall seal shut the walls of the stairs that none may disturb me.
You hear Ireena start to weep as you read this.
I know, he's sad, isn't he?
Well, the first things I would pick up from this is, obviously, we know where he resides, underneath the castle. It sounds like he sealed himself in there, for the most part, anyway. So trying to find a way down into the depths below Castle Ravenloft may be difficult. I feel this sword that Sergei brought might be something powerful enough to help fight him. Obviously, a stake won't kill him.
We have to look for, wasn't it, a sword?
Possibly. Could be this sword. I mean, if we've got a way of opening up the clouds, that would be on our side, but I don't know if we can.
Yes, I'm not sure how much of the clouds I can move, but I think if I flap hard enough, I may get large
Just
enough.
a tiny way.
Also,
someone loves sunlight. And obviously, as I read all this out aloud, and Ireena kind of, did you say she looks uncomfortable?
You can hear her start to weep and cry, and as you finish reading, she kind of runs past you all into one of the side rooms.
I follow.
Sure. Yeah, she's in.
Like story time.
Vanessa, you open the door into a small bedroom, and you see Ireena sat sobbing uncontrollably on the bed.
Are you okay? With the handkerchief?
Thank you. I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. Something about that tale. It felt almost real to me, like I had been to those places and I knew those people, but I couldn't have, could I? Could I? I'm so confused.
Reincarnation.
Yeah, I don't think you can just like broach that to someone, you'll look mad.
I'm sorry, I
You've never had feelings like this before? We all live many lives before we get to this one.
I have often felt that I had something more. I know things about things that I have never studied. Places I have never been. People I have never met.
Is he alcoholic? Because that would explain a lot.
I know their names, and I always felt like I didn't quite belong. Am I mad? What does Strahd want with me? Why does Strahd want me?
How long has Strahd been sniffing around?
Stop it. Stop it now. He visited me over a week ago, perhaps. He came to my bedroom. He spoke so eloquently. I felt as if I knew him, as if I'd met him before. I couldn't help but open the window to him, and I brought him into our house. I brought this evil into my home, to my family, and my father. It's my fault he's dead.
Don't blame yourself. He came to you first.
I should have been stronger. I should have fought him. I should have tried. Like you all have. You strangers to this land you've met him, you've seen his strength. You fought defiantly against him. But I did nothing. I invited him to bring death upon my family.
I say this, it sounds like you and Strahd maybe have some sort of connection from his past, and it perhaps wouldn't have been so easy for you to resist.
Yes, perhaps. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to bring you into this, to cause you this struggle and pain. For me, I am not worth it. You and your friends should try and find your way home. My brother and I will be safe here now. Thank you to you and your friends.
We're going to see this through. We're going to make sure you're safe, Ireena.
Thank you. It is good to know there are good people in the world still.
Yeah. I'm going to leave up to it.
Yeah, she kind of lies down on the bed and kind of curls up into a bit of a kind of fetal position.
Can I come to the door and ask Vanessa if she's okay?
Yeah, sure. You see Vanessa step outside as you head towards the door.
Yeah, she's just upset. That story, she said it was familiar, like she was there, she knew the people in it.
Really? I wonder. Can I ask her a question?
You want to ask Ireena a question?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. You open the door and you see her lying there, kind of holding herself on the bed, just kind of looking off into nowhere particular.
Ireena, I hate to disturb you, and I will just remove my hood, try and look less creepy.
Yeah, your glowing golden hair falls down your shoulders.
Vanessa told me that she felt a connection to Strahd, one you couldn't explain.
Vert, yes. He has some hold over me.
I wonder, how much do you remember? If I mentioned the sword to you, do you have any memories of this?
No, I'm sorry. I do not know of any sword. It's more of a familiar feeling, a kind of a connection. I can't quite put my finger on it. Like I've known him before. I can't explain it.
Very well. Sleep, Ireena. We'll be out here if you need us, until we're not.
Thank you all.
Does Caster know, like, Bert's kind of background, like where he's from? Like, before people?
Don't know, Vert, have you told him this?
No, because I was told not to by my guide. However, I did let slip that I have been watching you.
Okay. That's why, yeah, like, obviously, I mean, me being me, every time I've used that kind of sense good and evil, I think I would have sensed you.
Yeah.
So I think I know you're something more. I just don't know. Like, okay. The point is, Caster would ask you if you ever heard of somebody like reincarnation or somebody's soul being used to help create someone else, essentially, and whether it's possible.
I know that people come when faced with deep emotion can turn evil, but I don't know if I would know necessarily what you're talking about. Almost sounds like changing someone's soul, like physically. I don't know much about that other than that they can go in on themselves.
Yeah, it was just more of like I mean, obviously it's to the DM, I suppose, but it's more of like maybe she's the reincarnation of Tatiana, or maybe a descendant of Tatiana, and somehow the memories are still there.
I'd like to say to Caster, which I don't know if it's like when you're a human, but us ours, like my brother and I, you can live lives before you get to this one, and we can actually remember some of them, but I don't know if it's the same for you.
I heard the same. And also, I think by now, you'd probably figure that I'm a little bit different due to the fact that I keep flying around.
Absolutely.
I just realised that. I was like, it's a secret, you'll never know.
Illusions.
And on that note, the hood goes back up.
That feels like a stage angel, you know. It's, you know, like, very like cloak and dagger, and then
yeah, very flamboyant all of a sudden. I've got wings.
I'm fabulous.
I think Vanessa's always a bit disappointed when the hood goes back up.
Oh. All right, guys. So, what's the plan now?
How's my wig looking?
Your wig is looking sufficiently blackened.
Just come up and just go. I don't normally do this, but I feel, and then just like slip it sideways a little bit.
A bit more
I want to fray the edges. I want to make it look like bad hair.
Sure.
But real bad hair.
I mean, you're making out of.
I know. I'm aware it's a mop. It's not going to be great.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make it look like Vanessa's hair.
Good.
So yeah. So
I might use it to
turned
be a
on to the
mask.
priest, and I asked the priest if he has a spare robe we could borrow for Moth to wear, so he doesn't. So he can just look like a priest.
Of course, anything I have here is.
I've been formulating a plan.
Yeah, the
my Korean friend.
If anyone asks about the blue person, we're triplets. Got it? And the third one, I can make a third one make a daring escape. I've got a little bit of I've got a little gift, but I need to be careful with it, and I need warning. And I'll be able to handily disguise myself with this wig. And the third one is called Milo.
Sure. Okay.
Or something else.
So Vert has absolutely no idea what you're saying. So cool with it. Whatever.
Yeah, you just see Moth stood there with a mop on his head.
Yeah.
Just like, what's he doing?
I'm gonna have my hood up a bit more often so that it's not quite so obvious.
I would have gone with like
I'm over with the mop on his head.
face paint the ones got off, but no, you've gone with whatever that was.
I'm just gonna let the dog out for a pee. I'll be right back.
I'd like to say some
I'll
more.
still be on, like, my headset's wireless, so I'll still be on, but it might disappear when I go outside.
Okay.
What are you going to say to Mop? I mean, Mop.
I'd like to say to Mop as he comes over, like with a mop on his head. I thought you could make yourself look like literally anyone.
I can. This is called the long play. He steeples his fingers and says it's the long play. You'll see. You'll see. Trust me. Trust me. I've been thinking it over.
I love the sister thing. It's like, brother, really, you're just a knob. Like, what are you doing? Still, what are you doing?
Because if they're forever looking for a third one, who may even not be associated with us.
The rogue sibling.
But say you've seen a bald blue guy around, keeps trying to hang around with us. I'm working on the backstory. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's not a sibling. Maybe we're just saying, hey, there's more of us. You know, we're not the only blue people here.
I can't wait for
But you
someone
clearly
else
are.
who you are and that has to explain.
I'll try and explain. I can make a copy of myself.
I would have thought that absent triplet would be something that we both know, like inside and out.
This is what
We've come up with a false sibling before.
This is 100% what would happen if you asked for. He is one of our friends with different hair that is a third of the second one that he that he has, and is bald. Whereas if you whispered in my ear, I could make a copy of myself.
Just if it comes down to the pinch, Vert, let someone else talk.
I can't lie, so I struggle with lying.
Leave it to me. It comes naturally, like breathing.
So what's your plan, guys? It's still morning time.
What do you say we ditch this box behind the grave digger's house? Not the grave digger, the coffin maker's house. Make it look like he was going back on his deal.
Sorry, I'm not going to lie. You went to take the dog out for a piss and you're eating something. What on earth did you get from outside?
Full of protein.
It's called foraging.
Do we know where this sword is, by the way, guys? Or is it just literally just been told there is a sword?
I think it might be something to do with Kresk.
And obviously, let's just hypothetically say I don't know who he is. I mean, obviously I do, totally.
It's a place, I think.
Right.
I can't remember if it was to the east or to the south.
You can ask someone.
Yeah, but I think it was something to do with one of the prophecies, and I think that's what Lucius maybe thought. Yeah. Saint Markovia's Abbey. Saint Markovia's Abbey, Kresk may have the treasure we seek, is something I wrote down a couple of weeks ago. Oh yeah, and pineapple. Yeah, just in case he asked, we knew that the safe word for talking about Ireena is not with pineapple.
Pineapple.
I wrote that down.
I still believe we should go back to the mill and try and see if we can save the small child. Figure out what that woman was I killed as well, I suppose.
I'm not having you anywhere near those old ladies yet. I don't know what juju they've put in your bones.
I was listening to a song about a man and he's out walking and a raven comes along and he just kills it and then it turns into his true love. And I thought, life is his art.
There you go. Cast as one.
Sad.
It was called Crazy Man Michael.
Download it now.
Crazy Man Telford.
That sounds very similar to our actual story.
I have never heard that song, by the way. I didn't steal that.
I'm trying to find my. So yeah, the plan. The plan's fine.
The plan. Well, I mean, some idea.
We need to know where we're going. I'm just trying to find that bloody thing about the thing. Yeah. The tarot card.
coming.
He doesn't generally announce his arrivals.
Not until he's already there and he can yell at you.
Will we suspect he'll be coming tomorrow?
I think he's
I think
coming
it's
tonight.
9.
No, the Festival of the Sun thing. What the frick's that called again?
That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow, yeah.
Just,
Sometimes I love rereading
I
that.
thought
No.
tonight.
What does yours say?
We are met by an ugly man with 2 dogs, Baron something something.
Yeah, the Festival of the Blazing Sun is tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
But it's been 3 days since Strahd said 3 days.
That he wanted,
I'm on fire. So
yeah, that he wanted Ireena bringing to him.
I think he was honest.
Well,
He's not going to come straight here.
this is the 3rd day, yeah.
Seem to follow us to the Vistani camp.
I think we should change direction with this. Let's get him laid. Not Ireena, she's not into it.
Yeah, maybe he'll calm down if he gets some.
I think we should do, like, college comedy.
Yeah, 400-year-old virgin.
Get him laid. That seems like
Yeah.
I don't know that. Laid.
Sexed.
What else did we need to do in this town? Because there was the festival coming up tomorrow. There was retrieving this bone to make sure Ireena's safe. There was something else we started, but we said we should finish this first.
Wasn't that the...
Finding Rick Tavio's missing assistant
She was out west and I think that was the way we were heading that.
towards Vesic.
I suggest we make our way that way then.
Yeah, the only other thing was the children at the windmill.
I still think we should go back there, but obviously I will go on the guidance of my companions. But I
Do we
feel
wanna-
we should go back and try and save the small boy, if there is a small boy there. Even if I did kill his mum.
I don't know that we can. And like that's Moth being genuine. It's not. I'm not meta. Moth would be like, if they can crawl in between worlds into your bedroom and get all up in your business, and she was all up in your business. I don't know that we stand a chance.
I believe she was laid on you. Is that the correct term?
I think
Yeah.
they were both laid, you're right.
Yeah. They did the freaky
I was
deaky.
on sleep. It was great.
It
It was
was
a good dream, whatever it was.
Well,
I'm definitely going to be watching you when you sleep.
I mean, that's
That's
not
not creepy.
The same way that you watch a time bomb. No, wait, I can't use that. I can't use that turn of phrase.
What is a time bomb?
What the hell's a time bomb?
Well, Bert's concern and only concern is to kill evil. And now you've heard that story, he believes that this sword is quite imperative. So, I will follow you guys, but that's my intention.
Yeah, I think that sword, if we can find, I think as we travel around doing whatever we're doing, if we find anyone that might seem to be scholarly or have some kind of knowledge of the area, we could ask if they've ever heard anything about any kind of legend of a sword.
Yeah, that sort of thing, yeah. That's what
Well, Rick, we could ask Rictavio. He's an entertainer. He may have stories.
Perhaps he might have heard of it. But it's like there's no point going up to the baker going, hey, I like you, baker, but you heard about a sword? I'd love it if you just went, actually, yeah.
Yes.
This one.
It's this one, yeah. Keep it in the back room.
The fabled magical bread knife.
Well, that's an item. I'm going to make that D&D Beyond.
Capable of cutting 100 sandwiches from one loaf of bread.
Capable of cutting sandwiches without the loaf of bread.
Do we want to see this through? Because I feel like, even though I wasn't there and didn't hear it, Vanessa used the words "see this through" when comforting Ireena. Like, do we just want to leave them here? Strahd may not be able to come in. He may be able to send stuff in to grab her.
Yeah, I don't know if I feel comfortable being like, bye, see ya.
Yeah. You've got this bone now, just stay close to the bone.
I think Father Lucian would have mentioned that would say that the ground is now sacred once more and protected from the forces of evil. Ireena.
He's going to be. Oh.
I think I would also ask her brother, ask if he was happy. Does he feel safe here? For him and his sister. Say next time we're passing through, we'll check in on see how they're doing, kind of thing.
Yes, now that you have returned with the bones, we shall be safe now. Thank you. If you have more duties to perform, then please do not worry about us now. We are safe.
Do we believe him? Does he sound genuine in what he's saying?
He believes it. Yeah. He believes in the power of these bones, from what he's saying.
That's cool. I just didn't want him to kind of be like, yeah, we're fine, it's okay, you've helped enough. I wanted to make sure it was, he believes it, Well, if he believes it, even, if hocus pocus and not real, he believes it. That's what counts.
Yeah, you can tell he and Father Lucian have great faith in this Morning Lord's power to protect.
Well, if they're happy, then I'm fully aware that I have been seen and could do with not being in town anymore.
It might be wise if we head to the west as well, then, for that reason.
Head towards Kresk.
Yes.
Okay. And we know, where do we know the direction that this was?
Kresk is to the west.
Okay.
I think it's a few more days' travel, continuing along the Slavage Road.
I suggest we do that and look for signs on the dude's assistant. I can't remember who it was.
Her name is Esmeralda.
Yeah, Esmeralda, yeah. Perhaps with whatever relic we find, we could vanquish those Hi, hags.
That's a good name for them.
Yeah, let me check something for you.
And when we do eventually get to see them, and if we save a child, then we won't know if it's their first child or their 10th child from now. I will be as happy.
We're doing it really for the future children.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, Father Lucian would tell you that Kresk is a small village atop a hill at the base of a mountain, and there is an abbey that sits atop this like stone mountain that looks over this small village. But he has not known many people head that way or come from that direction in many months.
Could be a dangerous road.
Does this abbey have a name?
St. Markovia's Abbey.
Yeah, the Abbey of St. Markovia.
Maybe we should go then. Do we? Have we got? Can we? We need food potentially. Rations.
Bread.
If we're going for a couple of days.
Go see my man, the baker.
See my man. My man. Okay, cool. So you guys are wanting to leave? Are you wanting to leave today? Are you going to wait till tomorrow?
What time is it?
Still early morning.
It's
Isn't it?
still fairly early in the morning. Yeah, it's getting a bit later in the morning, maybe 10, 11 o'clock by now. But yeah, it's still early in the day.
We still make good time.
That's what I'm thinking. Make good time today, then obviously it'll be a couple more days.
Mhm.
So I suggest we leave, and then it just seems pointless to wait about.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to leave Ireena and Ismark here, hopefully safe, under the charge of Lucian and the Bowens protecting them.
Knock your mics off.
Don't say hopefully, say.
Just pointing out what you're doing. Just recapping. You're leaving the children in the windmill reluctantly.
Children.
I just want to point out, we sound like twats right now.
And you're gonna miss.
We're possibly leaving.
We'll leave it easy.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave, come back, and everyone's gonna be dead.
And then you're going. Yeah, and you'll miss the festival tomorrow.
See, this is the thing. I don't know whether we should spend the rest of the day going to reinvestigate the mill,
I kind of feel like the festival is important.
and then staying for the festival, and then making our way after the festival.
It would be good to know that they're safe.
Yeah, and if they're still safe past the festival, then I suppose we're confident that they're safe in church.
I also feel Mark's gone to a lot of trouble to disguise himself, and we're going back to a place that manner.
And
Oh well, I'd only need to disguise myself out of the
One
place.
of the people that he knows that the third one that pops out of the second one.
I think
Well, I've
Vanessa
done
would
his
also like to
confused,
do this festival as well.
I mean, if we're still here tomorrow, it'd be nice to stay for the festival. Everything's been really miserable lately.
Just so you're.
My plan is, oh sorry.
No, so Karen.
Like, from what, we've only met Strahd a few times, but from what I've seen of him, I don't think he's going to come and be like, knock knock, I'm here for my bride, and then she won't come out to church, and you can't go in. I'm, well, yeah, I'll just have to go back to my castle. I think this girl's going to be in for it.
Maybe at risk.
Just so you guys are aware, Kresk is a full day's travel to the west through the woods.
Now, need I point out, the woods were a pretty horrible place when we arrived. We stayed away from them and then nearly got eaten by wolves.
That's fine.
Yes, Captain, I understand how brave you are.
Brave, stupid.
We met those hunters at the inn. They would be willing to through the forest for coin.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
Perhaps we could send them.
How much coin would they want, though? I'm sure they were quite expensive, weren't they? It would just be asking.
I think they were, yeah.
Several gold or something.
I can tell you exactly what they were.
I feel like it was like 30 gold.
Wait, just smile.
5 gold pieces per day.
Yep.
More if, and then I didn't write down why.
They felt like it.
It was more if you were wanting to travel by night.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, right.
Which we
Or ride your back.
they have to carry us all the way there. I mean, we could ask them. I mean, 5 gold isn't that much.
No.
But
Well, for
we
yeah.
don't have lots of riches at the moment, however, so we still need to be cautious with gold.
You're the hangman's gold, though. Not that Bert has any of it in on it. So.
Yeah, I don't know if they'd want that, though.
How do you know? Could be super precious then.
So,
How do we prepare in case Strahd shows up today, this evening?
Get a lot of different, like, kitchen utensils, like brooms, mops, dustpans. Change colours of them, and then we can all wear them at different points of our body. Disguise ourselves. And then Strahd won't know who we are. We can surprise him. Just be like, "Arr."
He learns fast.
He does. He does learn fast.
or we could get loads of tins and some string and set it up as a perimeter around. And then if he comes in, it'll jingle like in The Walking Dead.
Get a letter to him that says, like, "Oh,
You are
Strahd,
the guest of honour. It'd be like the Grinch.
3 days, and I've changed my mind. Please meet me down by the river alone, and then we can jump on it."
Please meet me in the deep dark hole that's hard to get in that has the big boulder over the top of it.
And I find it so romantic there.
That has a big sign that says, "This is not a trap."
Yeah, with 2 people behind the boulder like that.
I can't wait for the next ruse organised by Bert. If we put a sign that says it's not a trap, then they won't think it's a trap.
That's correct. That's right, isn't it?
So are we going to
Signs
head
can't
to the
lie.
windmill? Or...
I've just
I partly still think we should go back to the windmill just to try and... Because even if we manage to kill one of the hags and then have to run away, that's one less and we can go back and fight the other 2 another day.
I think our best idea for the windmill would be like to camp it out and see when they go to sell their pies. Like we know they must go away, so at least one must go away.
Yeah. Okay, so stake out the windmill. That's our plan.
We could do that while waiting for the festival. And then once the festival's passed, we know Ireena and her brother are safe, and then we could head to the west.
How about the ostrich from the well? The windmill.
Say that again. How what?
How far the orphanage that went to from the windmill? Because if you take the children, you're going to have to make sure they're safe. and I'd rather than be at the orphanage where all the children were happy than just be like, you're free, off you go.
Well, it's not far. The orphanage
Yeah.
is in town.
Yeah, but that's it. I can't remember where it was.
Okay. Well, is the windmill on like a big hill or something?
Oh, we could roll them down.
No, I was making more the point that when you look at the cards we were given, the charlatan was, I see a lonely mill on a precipice. The treasure lies within. So perhaps there could be something of use in it.
I couldn't find mine, so I don't know what it is. It's something that stayed in the church, but that was it.
Yours was...
Which is why I wanted to know when we were with that guy before, but I couldn't find it.
The treasure you seek is hidden behind the sun in the house of a saint. And I believe that might actually be Saint Markovia's place where we're going next.
Yes.
Or,
However, I believe, and I believe this windmill is the one spoken about in the charlatan card, which is card 3.
I see now Bert's more like, oh, well, then we should go there now. I mean, he wants to save children, but also, it's on a card like that, so let's go.
I'd say as well that when Madame Ava drew the card with the mill, I had a vision of a sword. Card with a sword on.
Anywho, I'm pointing my spear towards the windmill, and I'm leading the way.
I believe travelling to this, back to the windmill, and I just feel like there's something more than just, I mean, saving children is the key here, but I do believe there may be some secrets within that could help us.
We struggled yesterday, which I've got a good feeling about today.
Bert wakes up.
I've got my spell slot, so
Seeing the evil and having the sword, and then saving the children, it all comes as one. Excellent, let's go. I like it.
to the mill, we need to make flour.
How long does it take to get to the mill? More importantly, can we get back here by nightfall?
Yeah, you've been to the mill before, so you're aware of how long it took to get there. Calculating, not being completely in sync with the rising and setting of the sun here. It's hard to be exact, but you feel like if you set off on foot, you would make it back to Vallaki just before sundown.
Is there anywhere in town we can rent some horses?
You have horses at the inn.
Shit, yeah, we do.
Yes, they're
Our
stable.
horses.
Yes, they're
No
stable
one's
for
gonna
you.
make it back.
Can I maybe, I don't know, like on the way from the church to the inn,
Uh-huh.
can I see if one of those pie ladies is in town today?
Ooh, very interesting. Sure.
I'll keep my eyes open.
Okay, so tell
Could
you.
I was going to say,
Fair enough.
if you're looking for
Bacon,
the,
the other
that's what I was going to say, you could ask the baker if he's
Yeah. I'm gonna
lost
go to the
business
bake.
to a pie seller lady.
That's not hard to ask it though. I'm gonna go in. So, never thought you didn't have anything nice. You know if anyone's
Yes, thank
out?
you. Nice. Been a long time.
Pie or
Been a long time since we've had nice food around here. Some people buy pies from a old woman that pulls a cart through the streets. Usually every other day or so. I haven't seen her this morning yet, though.
okay, well I'll keep my eyes open.
Well, if you want to risk it, go right ahead.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know for sure, but word is that those pies ain't full of, well, you haven't seen any cows around here, have you?
No.
Yeah,
No, I suppose not.
I'd give them a miss if I were you.
Oh, perhaps you're right. I'm going to buy something from him.
Okay, yeah, he's got a few loaves of bread left.
I would like to buy a loaf of the nicely cooking bread. And I'm going to toss in a gold.
Wow.
Holy shit.
I believe in gold.
I'm just that kind of girl.
He's just shut his business down and
He's rich now.
Yeah, he's made more money today off you two guys.
And he gave him silver.
Made all year.
out Strahd and got the castle.
I just have some jingle.
Can you roll a d4 for me, please? Interesting. Okay.
3 members of your party now die instantly. For no reason. You're on your own.
The bread has 3 weevils.
Okay, 3 bites and explode.
Were you keeping an eye out for them as well? Did you say?
Yeah, as I was walking through.
Make a perception check as well, then, please. Okay. Yeah, as you head back to the main square to the Blue Water Inn, you do hear down one of the side streets the familiar squeak of wooden cartwheels, and you spy a cloaked woman pushing a handcart. She's quite far off in the distance down the road, and you only glimpse the back of her as she turns off into another street.
Should we go kill her now?
In the street?
Well, she's gone down the back alley somewhere.
Yeah.
That's true.
And hopefully there's one left at the windmill.
That's true. I mean, if we get our horses in the inn and leave now, and make our way to the windmill, if she's here for the day selling, she shouldn't be coming back as well in the fight.
Mm-hmm.
True, but she may well be coming back as we return.
We'll just have to keep our wits about us as we ride down the road.
Or we could all tie her a knot.
Exactly.
Okay, you guys returning your horses and heading out of town?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
In the windmill, like, I don't think we should go in.
No.
For heaven's sake.
No.
Like, I don't know. I feel like plan of action before we go up there. Not a plan of action. Our limits.
How about, because there was like, to the second floor there was like a balcony running around the windmill, if I remember correctly. Maybe Moth can do his whole climby, peeky into one of the windows.
I like the fire.
Stake out 2, electric boogaloo.
Smash and grab 2.
Mm.
But this time it's a small child we're trying to steal.
Escalating.
Yeah. The heists are getting bigger. Next time it'll be a horse.
I like how a horse is
From beneath the rider.
Oh yeah, even better.
child in this scenario. like the value is that a horse is more than a child. Like,
I was thinking more about the size. We had a small box, and then a child, and then a horse.
maybe a mouse.
Although in this world, maybe in this land, Ravenloft, perhaps a horse is of more value than a child.
That's what they put in their pies.
Okay, cool.
Right, start off.
So yeah, you're trotting on. You can make your plans on the way there.
Stab 'em all!
Now, a bit more thought, please.
I say we stay on the
one or the
periphery, hide somewhere with a decent line of sight, and see what we can spy out.
Right, could you use disguise self? Send your child. Oh, I'm lost. Oh, where's my mum?
I thought you were going to say pretend to be one of them. But no, we'll pretend to be a child and get kidnapped.
You know what, I thought that, and then I forgot it. And then I had this better idea.
Better.
I could potentially fire sling balls and get them to come out.
What's that face then?
That's more.
Well,
That's nice face.
That's the idea of a nerd face, or...
You want me to go in alone by myself
As a child,
as a child?
I believe...
So essentially,
No bad idea. Someone said that.
I would be an adult-shaped person with a child's face.
super intelligent when it comes to plans.
I know that's what you were trying to get me to do, Vanessa.
I believe
Maybe
if
some ideas about it.
Moth can scout out the windmill from above and try and work out how many, if there is any prisoners, children on the first floor, and if we can see how many of these hags are in there as well, at least then we know what we're walking into as opposed to just charging in there.
You don't need to fling any rocks at the windmill from the bush and let them walk out.
You do recon quietly.
Yes. And as much as I am keen to get back in there and kill some hags, I believe we should know what we're walking into first.
So long as I know everyone's got my back, I'm happy to start climbing again, because I did feel the rush.
Very difficult for me to take your back from you if we are going into battle.
I think Castor would sit like outside the door, kind of here.
Right up against the wall.
Yeah, just kind of like ready, and if you shout like help or Birch is flying all over the spot now. Yeah, so if you ever shout help or if you know need to, I'm ready to just kind of kick the door in.
Okay.
I'd like to be with Casper.
So as you see the windmill appear around the woods that you are travelling through on the hill, you see a small spire of smoke coming from a small chimney on the side of the building. You don't see anyone around.
Someone's home.
The cart that was parked outside has disappeared. The body of the woman is also no longer there.
She's in a pie.
And Cassie, you want to make your way up to the front door, right?
Technically, it'd be game pie, really, wouldn't it?
Stealth.
Stealth, well, I'm not very good at stealth, but as quietly as I can manage.
Okay. So yeah, you head up to the main door. It's closed, so you can't see anything. You can hear something behind the door. Something moving around inside. Pots and pans being knocked over.
Before we go ahead with the plan, I would like to use the old blessing of the trickster on Castor just to negate his disadvantage.
Okay.
Cool.
you should be less clumsy for an hour.
Awesome. Are you wanting me to roll stealth up there then, or?
Just in case it happens.
No, you don't need to.
Plan to fail.
Can I... Obviously I hear someone moving about, but can I hear any talking? Like, there's two people talking? I'm just trying to figure out if I can tell if there's more people in there or not.
Sure, make a perception check, please. You can't hear any talking. However, you can hear the grinding of stone on the floor above.
Is the windmill turning?
No. It looks as it looks there. What are they called? Wings, sails. Yeah, something. All the sails are devoid of fabric, and most of them are broken. Look like they would fall at any moment.
And I'm off in Durst. Are you guys heading up?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You're heading up. Okay. So you're going to try and land on the kind of small wooden balcony. Yeah, cool.
Broken. Balcony thing, yeah.
Let me just do one thing up there. Okay, cool.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, this very, very rotted and worn, rickety balcony barely holds your weight as you land on it. You can see there are some small windows on this level.
I would like to look in one.
Okay, you peer in and you see a haggard, heavy-set old woman with a face as wrinkled as a boiled apple. She sweeps the floor, pushing around a few old bones and stirring up clouds of white dust with her broom. She wears a blood-stained, flower-caked apron. A long, sharp bodkin impales her hair, a bundled-up mound of grey hair. Dirt-caked windows allow very little light to enter this 8-foot-high chamber, most of which is taken up by a large millstone connected to a wooden gear shaft that rises through the ceiling in the centre of the room. A stone staircase continues upwards. Yeah, that's it, sorry. Yeah, a stone staircase heads up.
Yeah, there you go.
There's the...
So she's caked in blood and flour. She's sweeping bones around, and there's no one else there.
Yep.
Sorry, I missed the blood and bones part.
Yes.
Apparently.
I generally didn't. I must have. Oh my goodness.
Does
Maybe in the day they use the children to make the meal plan. That's what I'd do with that free labour.
is there any windows on this level? No.
On the ground floor, I don't think so. No, there isn't. No, just the main door.
Is there a keyhole?
Yeah, sure, there'd be a keyhole.
Can I see through it?
You make a perception check for me.
Just trying to see, even if I can just see a figure.
Yeah,
At least
sure.
I'm going to know how many you potentially can affect.
Nice.
25.
So yeah, obviously you can only see a very small portion of the room with this, but you do see a shadow kind of pass by the door a few times, but it does only appear to be one adult.
I think if these guys are kind of above us, we'd be able to kind of whisper to each other, I'm guessing.
Oh, I don't know.
I want to see.
I've got to just do like a gesture, like that with one. I see one kind of thing.
Oh yeah, good idea. Yeah.
Do we discuss this before? Or is it just like...
Now, I'm seeing here. There's a little sort of roof on the window.
Yeah, they slightly jut out. Yeah.
And then I know it's just for sort of illustrative purposes, but there seems to be a windmill blade right here.
Yeah.
A window there.
Yeah.
How acrobatic would I have to be to jump from one to the?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. You're trying to get to this next. Okay, yeah, sure.
I want to try and climb up onto that thing and try and look through a higher window.
Cool. Yeah. Cool.
I would attempt to throw him.
No. I'm worried that we'll break a beam if the two of us stand too close to each other.
Oh, okay.
Because this place is rotten as. What do you reckon?
I reckon it would take an acrobatics check. So, whether you're willing to make such a check.
I am, yeah. I want to at least run it past Bert first.
I mean, I'm happy to do it for you if you like. I know my acrobatics maybe you like slightly better.
I mean, you can do if you want. Metagaming. I have +3.
You want to climb up that windmill?
I do want to.
Like, if that is what you choose to do, then by all means. How about it? Oh,
Okay, I'm going to go before we get busted. I want to give it a go, please.
Okay, make me an acrobatics check then, please.
Yeah.
I forgot what he said. But whatever what you said before, I'm trying to say it.
Nice. Yeah, you take as much run up as you can get on this narrow wooden ledge. Leap for the blade of this windmill, and luckily you grab hold of a sturdy piece of it. Your foot lands as you grab on and gives way beneath you, but you manage to throw yourself across, and you are now hanging on the outer of this window on the floor above you.
Very impressed, sort of, but without making a noise.
I didn't think about getting down.
You see in this smaller room, there is a rotten wooden closet in which 3 crates are stacked one atop another, with small doors set into them. Next to the closet is a heap of discarded clothing, and a ladder climbs to a wooden trapdoor in the 9-foot-high ceiling. A mouldy bed with tattered canopies stands nearby. There appears to be 2 young children sat in 2 of the 3 crates, cross-legged, heads down. Looking rather sorry for themselves.
Yeah,
Covered in dirt.
I'm going to try and signal to Vert to
Little
children.
Vel will understand that.
Yeah, but said knows what that is.
I will endeavour to, like. Oh no, you can't. Not when you're holding on.
I can almost lip read. I mean, it's not stupid.
2 children.
Got it.
2 little ones. No, 2 children.
Just go like this.
What now?
I think we should get in there. So, or that was this. Put the blanket in my hand.
Do what?
That meant go in, not fish.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah.
fish.
Let you know what that meant.
Okay. Window opening possible?
Yes, these don't have any locks or anything on them. It's a small window, so it's going to be quite a squeeze to get through into it, but it looks like you can open them without any problems.
Okay.
We've got a child in the way.
Okay, I would like to. Yeah, I guess go in.
Okay.
And try and find something sturdy to tie a rope to.
Okay.
Let me make sure I've got one.
Side note, I never recollected my rope off the case. I don't have a rope anymore.
Oh yeah, I've got a hempen rope 50 feet, so that's perfect.
Okay. Okay, so if you want to try and climb in through the window, I would like a stealth check from you, please. Okay.
Durst got a plan that's not disgusting with fail.
First caster, but I'm sure you know what that is.
Yeah.
So as you step in through the window, you step down into a pile of discarded, soiled clothing, and your foot gets caught slightly in the clothing that you've set down, and you trip momentarily and just kind of step heavily on the floor. You haven't fallen over or anything like that, and it made some noise, but you're not sure if anyone heard you. You haven't been silent as you could have been, but you haven't made yourself inside. And as you step in, you see the two children in the in the cages. You can see they're kind of breathing quite heavily and looking a bit wide-eyed at you.
Does the staircase have a hatch?
No, there's a hatch in the ceiling that the ladder goes up into, but the staircase is open. And you hear from down below, down the staircase, actually, the voice of an old woman. What's going on up there? Who's making noise? Shut up, you little shits!
Oh no.
What's there to hide behind?
There is so there's this like kind of wooden wardrobe that you could probably step behind, where the crates are stacked up in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quickly as I can, I want to close the window again and just hide for a second, just in case she comes up.
Okay, cool. So you just hide behind that. Okay, cool. Make another stealth check then, please, as you hear footsteps coming up the stairs. Vert, you notice the woman in the floor that you're on heads towards the stairs upwards.
And this is where the little fun has to happen. So now, as I see the hag go upstairs, I tap on the window.
Okay.
Like, slow fall down to the ground.
Okay, so you're tapping on the window and then jumping off.
In the hope that she'll come down, but then I can speak to Caster.
Okay. I think that's a good point to roll some initiative.
anyone see that? Where's Bert gone? I can't see it. Where is he?
You're there.
Oh, cool.
And where?
Wait, I'll put you back on the map, see if that works.
Oh, there, right. Okay. There we go.
Oh wow, we all rolled really well. Okay, so let me guys, it's gonna be tricksy. You guys are on the bottom floor. So Vert, you're jumping, you're banging on the window and then jumping off.
Yeah.
And you kind of land over here. As you see her kind of, as you bang on the window, you see her turn to look, and you jump off, and you hear the window open, and this woman, well, actually, you hear the window open, that's what happens first. Caster, you see Vert fall gently down to the ground beside you. What would you like to do?
What is it you tell me about as you jump down?
Distraction.
Did you just say distraction? Okay.
Yeah.
Charge in.
No, that was not what Bert thought, but okay.
Kick the door down.
I just literally had to look at kids go like this. Oh, and then they'd say the children, and you've gone, distraction, of course.
I didn't flail. I just, that is a distraction to me. Why then? And then I will, as a bonus action, point at this one in front of me.
Yeah, you see her, she's kind of sat at the bottom, stood at the bottom of the stairs looking up.
I point at her, I utter a vow of enmity against her.
Nice.
Basically, I have gained advantage on attack rolls against her.
Awesome.
Now.
Yeah.
Cool, and then I will just make a big ass swing at her. Fuck yeah!
Not this time, bitch.
Yeah. That's 28 damage.
Nice.
And then I will do my smite when I find it.
You just kick this door open, point at her, and just slash her off.
You bitch!
Bert's upside down.
No!
Yes.
Oh, there it is. Were these undead or fiends?
They are. Yeah, you would know that, wouldn't you? They're fiends, yeah.
Cool. So that, and then I get an extra 1d8. Ugh, that was shit. That makes up for it though. That's another 16 damage. Oh wait, no, do I double all that?
Yeah, it's a crit, so you double that. You need to roll another 3.
Roll another 2d8 and then another 1d8. So yeah, all that.
27, right?
Yeah.
So that's radiant damage, which is different. So.
Does that do more?
Yeah. Yeah. The blade doesn't really kind of cut the skin as much as you'd expect rending someone across the chest like that, but the radiant energy that then blazes off your blade, you can see it burning away her flesh. She screams out in pain. Nice, that was a lot of damage.
That was a good start to a fight.
Vert, you see Caster rush into the building and just this blood-curdling scream, howl of pain come from within.
Oh, may the divine flame be blessed, and then I run in after him.
Where's Vanessa on the initiative? order.
Oh, Vanessa, you bloody tit.
I couldn't put my foot elected, and I was going to. Sorry, I was going to say after Craig, then I thought I'd say after Mark.
Not me. He is.
What did you roll? You rolled a 16.
Oh, it should have been you.
So you should
first,
go first.
I wanted to scratch.
A very,
But then so quickly on Traverse, I was like, oh no, I have to watch the next time.
go on, take your turn now, so.
No, no, the turn order is automated.
Oh, look, I get to go again next.
Yeah, we'll get rid of all that crit. We'll get rid of all that crit nonsense. No, I'm joking.
Especially that mission roll with 55
Oh,
damage
can you
total.
I actually thought Bucko was going to cry then. It looked like
Don't be able to get that one next time, that's the thing.
Can I see her from downstairs?
Can you see who? Sorry, the hag that's on the bottom, on the ground floor.
Yeah.
Didn't close the door behind me.
Yeah, sure, yeah. You should be able to, yeah. Oh, you can't close the door. Let me move the door.
nice. That's the best way to do it. No, the door's in the way, but if we move it.
There you go. Now you can see. You can see like half of it. What was that?
In that case, I'm going to do an Eldritch Blast.
Cool. Yeah.
But I would also like to do a defense 12.
That misses. Yeah, she's just kind of, because she's kind of between the staircase and the door. She's got a little bit of cover from the wall. Yeah.
Also, I'd like to say to Castor that so when he hears it, that I'm wondering if maybe if we could draw her outside.
Yeah.
Like
a distraction.
I think I distracted her pretty well by almost rendering her in half.
I didn't say that wasn't distraction.
Sorry, Vanessa, is that everything you wanted to do? You wanted to,
Yeah, no, that was it. I don't know, I just thought maybe if they weren't called together or if they weren't in their home base, then they might be...
yeah, easier pickings outside. Cool. Okay, cool. Vert.
So, yeah, first I'm going, and then I'm going to, just as I go past Vanessa, go, here we go again, and then in here.
But Bert wouldn't think like that. Mark thinks like that. Bert doesn't think like that.
No, Bert thinks like that. He said distraction.
What distraction? You're telling me, right, if you had a huge gaping wound across your chest, you wouldn't be distracted by whatever else was happening?
And that's Castor right there. Right, I am going to do my Radiant Soul. Yeah, and then
I'm radiating.
I'm going to attack with my spear.
Cool. Bang! Yeah, that hits. She's off balance from the massive hit she took from Castor, so you easily get a strike in as well.
That deals 4. I can choose to do once per turn. You can have one attack or spell deal 4 additional radiant damage. So that's 4 radiant damage.
Nice. Yeah. Again, you glowing spear sears the flesh on her as it strikes her. She screams out again. Anything else?
Feel like I can do something else. Oh, can I do my? I'll do my patient defense. I'll use a chai point to use dodge.
A chai point.
That's not what.
Just have a nice sip of tea.
gonna have a little laugh, eh?
It's very calming.
Yes, I'm gonna use a key point to start for patient defense.
Cool. Perfect. Right. It's now Bella's turn.
Is she going to go upstairs, by the way? 'Cause if she is, then obviously my distraction didn't work. If she attacks me, she's going to say the distraction worked.
There's ways and ways to distract. There's ones where you live, ones where you die.
Both are distractions, one's slightly worse than the other.
But you never said that. You just said distraction.
Yeah,
I deem that as a distraction. Does Bert get an attack of opportunity when she moves there?
Oh, sorry, I wasn't watching. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Okay.
I just realised she can't do that. She doesn't have that, so she only has these things, which is limbs. I was going to do one here. Let me see, what does this do? That's not very good. These things aren't great on their own. She will try this though. She will. She will point a clawed hand out to you. She holds her chest, caster, and this black beam of energy will spark out from it. I need to make an attack roll at you. Spell attack roll. Okay. She's going to make this at disadvantage though, because it's technically a ranged attack.
Everything alright?
Does a 15 hit you, caster?
No.
Yeah, so you feel this sapping energy just bounce off your armour, and that misses you. So she has no bonus actions that she can do. It's going to be Uthmar's turn upstairs with the children.
What do I hear going on in the floor below me?
Oh, you can hear screaming. You can hear screaming down below.
Okay.
You heard the door smash open. You heard this blood curdling.
Really hope you're counting on me. She's gonna look out.
Are you thought to yourself?
What do these crates look like that these children are secured in?
Good question. That's not it. That's it. They are so they're 3 feet square, and the outward-facing side of each crate is fitted with a small door that has an iron latch on iron hinges. It can be unlatched and opened easily from the outside,
but not from inside.
Yeah.
So not locked from the outside. Okay. How big are these children? How old do I think they are?
They look to be about 7 years old, 5. One of them looks about 5. One of them looks about 7.
Okay.
There's a boy and a girl. The girl looks.
How many does it look like I can piggyback at once?
The 5-year-old gets the 7-year-old back, and then the 7-year-old gets the back.
Yeah, the girl's only small, but yeah, the boy's 7. You can probably get the boy on your back with little trouble, but both of them would be quite difficult.
Yeah, especially if you were trying to abseil out of a windmill.
Yeah, it looks like they've been fed quite well, considering as well. Although they're dirty, they are.
Just got visions of that fat guy on Charlie the Chocolate Factory.
Gump.
Okay,
Gloop.
Yeah.
Augustus Gloop.
I'm gonna ask the boy if he can climb a rope, and I'm whispering.
Okay.
I'm gonna be very quiet, and I want to unlatch his crate while I do so. I'm just trying very quietly, but
Yeah, he kind of
can you climb?
crawls to you and. Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Good. Okay. I want to, again, softly, open the window, and I want to tie a rope around the shaft running up the middle of the windmill, and throw the rest of it down.
Okay, cool. 10, 20, yeah, that easily reaches the ground. Cool, that will be your action then. Tying that rope off and opening the cage. Cool. Now then, that woman just saw you jump out of the window. What is she going to do about that?
What, she saw Bert jump down, you mean?
Yeah, the woman on the second floor.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you see me?
Well, she heard you banging on the window and then you jumped off, so...
Yeah, it's not like this, like window to the side. That was the idea.
Yeah.
She looked and there'd be no one there.
Yeah, so she's run over to the window to see what the hell's going on.
That's a distraction, I understand now. I should have just knocked on the door.
So looking out of the window, the only person she can actually see is Vanessa.
Oh shit, sorry Vanessa.
Which she will cast a magic missile spell at.
Out comes the chamber pot.
So you take a total of 11 force damage. These 3 black little bolts fly out the window down to you. And then she darts back inside. And Vert and Castu see her appear at the top of the stairs. What is all this? What is going on down here?
I'm a distraction.
I'm a distraction.
Why would you say that?
No, it isn't.
You idiot.
I just want to take this moment to point out that Uthmar is the dumb one.
No, it's not. Clearly not. He's come up with quite a good plan.
Vanessa, is now back to you.
Well, I'm very annoyed. I just got fired at.
Sure.
Do that, and did you say that other one had like appeared at the top of the stairs?
Yeah, she kind of looked out the window, saw you, blasted you, and then headed for the stairs. And she's now at the top of the stairs.
I'm just going to steal Ambush Blast on her.
Okay, cool.
I don't have got a spell in place, so she can get a spell in place.
Them's the rules.
But she doesn't.
Oh no.
Just hits the staircase at her feet. She looks down.
And then
Put him in your face, love.
next time.
Next time, Faith.
And that's me.
That's you. Cool. Caster.
Cool. I am. Just going to hit this woman in front of me.
Bash.
21.
Yeah. No. She's.
And then I will do another smite on her.
Cool.
Which is 2d8 and 1d8. That is another 16 damage.
Wow. Nice. So yeah, she's been hit from both of you. She's kind of staggered back and just kind of against the wall. Blood pouring from her chest. She's looking pretty bad.
I think that's it. I think
Yep, and she's got a bonus action. Okay, cool.
no, that's worth using.
Sure. Vert then.
I will spear this one. Just for a question.
Yes.
So my key points, if nothing happens, I just spend another one, don't I? Because it's technically like run out. I go right. So that's
Yeah,
for example, because obviously if she didn't attack me for any use, I would need to use another key point. Might go right.
Yes, yeah, you spend the key point first, and then even if it doesn't happen, you still.
Cool, right, yeah. Right, I'm gonna spear.
Spear.
Attempt to anyway.
Stab her in the face.
You stab me in the face.
But I don't.
Nope. No. Knocked back by
Um,
Caster's blow. That one misses.
Caster doesn't get angry, but he's going to use a key point to. Oh, no, it's only for a hit, isn't it?
Yeah, do you do?
Oh, as a bonus action, I'll do Flurry of Blows.
Okay.
I should have last time. If I hit with this spear, I'm allowed to punch her once.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Got that. So this is the actual key point. I have to use this.
For lower your blows, yeah. Lower your blows.
And I miss it.
Yes, you do just miss. Try and catch her with either end. She manages.
Oh, sorry. Oopsie daisy.
She manages to slide just out of reach.
Flurry of blows 1 or 2 attacks?
One, because the way it works is if I've got the hit, I would have had one attack, and then I would have had one unarmed attack, then I would have had an extra unarmed attack.
Oh, I see.
Flurry of blows. But it's only one because I didn't hit with the. I think that's
Fair.
I don't know monks well enough to tell you if you're right or wrong, so I'll take your word for it.
Neither.
If you, after you take the attack action, your turn, you spend one key point to make an unarmed attack as a bonus action.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Cool.
So the flurry of blows, because if I'd hit with a spear, I would have already got an unarmed attack for free.
Right.
Yeah, it's an extra thing for you. Yeah. Okay, cool. She will, having taken all the damage from Caster, she will just rake out at him with her claw.
Ew.
But miss, as she's
I've got
weakened.
a
Yeah.
Too busy dodging
It's all you, man. It's all you. Uthmar, you tie off the rope and throw it out the window. The young boy pulls himself out of this cage and kind of looks down, kind of braces himself.
I say, I'll go first, lad. And I'm gonna hoik the girl out of the crate onto my back,
Okay.
piggyback style,
Cool.
and I'll go first, and then I want him to come directly after me so I can see what he's doing.
Sure,
And then
yeah.
I would like to abseil down the side of the building
Okay.
with the chillins.
With the chilling with the villains. Why did you say that?
On her, and she dies.
Yeah.
Well, you know, there's being crushed by a man, and there's being put in a pie.
Yeah, but I mean, it's okay because the other kids just land on you, so either way, it's a win-win. We
Let's just say
one.
one. Yeah.
So I think if
The
you,
theory for this one is complex.
I think if you spend your turn climbing down the rope and making sure that children are safe enough, you can do it without any kind of need for a check. Because you have the rope,
Thank you.
the children are capable
Thank
of
you.
holding on.
I very much appreciate that.
You realise because the DM didn't want to squash a little girl, you realise that, right?
I mean, yeah, kids falling to their deaths, not so fun.
I appreciate the mercy in not letting me
This is
roll
why I'm not a DM.
for child squishing.
This is where you. We'll see. Let's see what happens now. The woman at the top of the stairs will try to do what the other hag tried to do and cast a spell at caster.
Ray of suck your life out.
Ray of
Spell.
balls.
Rainbow.
Fuck me. Nope.
Ray of fuck
We know the
me.
cat break. The rainbow.
Oh, wait, is it? What am I doing? What am I doing? Is that the right spell?
Wave of enfeeblement is what you cast.
Yeah. Make a ranged spell attack. Yeah, it is a ranged spell attack. So she got a 10, yeah, so she missed.
What's the take 2 days for? What's happening?
You can do it twice per day.
Twice in a day.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
it was like 2 days.
Hags are pretty naff when not all three of them are around. That's her turn though. So Vanessa.
The hag on the stairs.
Yep.
Could I use phantasmal force
Ooh, yeah.
to make her think her and her surrounding area are on fire?
Okay, cool. So it's an intelligence saving throw.
It's an intelligence save.
See what we do with that. Oh, it's a 19. She starts
It doesn't work.
cackling. She thinks she knows magic.
Doesn't work with me.
She's testing you now.
It's happy a bit, yo.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Caster.
Yeah.
Celine,
Yeah, that hits her again. You are
10.
taking it to the house.
And then I will.
Smite.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not bad.
Wow, 2 ones.
2 1s, what the fuck? And then a 6. So it's an extra 8 there.
8 radiant though, so yeah, that's doing its job. Yep, she's looking pretty bad. Awesome. Cool. But
I'm gonna try and spear her. Or spear. Yeah, hit her with a spear.
not doing too well with that spear today.
That's because I got me back from after being there 20 years.
It's because it's all bent where Caster opened that metal box.
I was gonna say, he doesn't realise it's like. Yeah.
I respect that. I just assumed you would treat it right. So I'm like, yeah, cool.
Bitch! I looked after it.
And then I will do key points, not key points. I'll do patience of defense. One more time.
Okay, cool.
Well, I will have one more key point after. That's what I'll do. This one. That's my go.
Sweet. This witch is pretty useless.
I would use this event spear. That comes back from prison, doesn't
It very much does.
it?
No, she can do that. She will just claw again at Caster. And a 26 this time.
Yeah.
16 slashing damage.
Ow.
It's pretty good damage as well.
That's a lot of damage.
That is a lot of damage.
Yeah, these black claws just managed to bypass your shield and catch you across the face. Right, Uthmar, you and the children are about halfway down this rope. So I think you want to spend the rest of your turn getting to the bottom.
Yeah, careful.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Okay, yep, so with the rest of your turn, you land safely on the ground with the two children clinging to you. As their saviour.
I'm not really thinking about that right now.
He's currently whispering to the children, my name is...
Remember my name. The witch on the stairs will cast magic missile and hit each of the three of you.
26.
Doesn't matter with magic missile, I'm afraid. Auto hits. Caster, you take 3. Vert, you take 4, and Vanessa, you take 2 points of damage.
Oh, man.
And it is now Vanessa's turn.
You can do it.
I'm just going to do an Eldritch. Oh, wait, if I Eldritch pass the one in front of me, would I have disadvantage?
Yes. Yeah, because you are
I'm going to...
in melee.
Vicious Mockery.
Oh, nice. Cool. Got a 17. She looks over to you. No. No. I think not.
I'm concerned that Vanessa's
What I
not
said was my Vicious Mockery. As I said, this isn't cottagecore, you just look shabby.
And it came out as, shabby.
Shabby. Awesome. Caster.
Okay. I am going to try and heal again.
Yeah, sure. She's bleeding heavily from the chest. Oh, you need another solid hit.
Not bad. But that is all I can do, because I am out of spell slots.
Okay. So this time without the radiant energy in your blade, the wound she suffers isn't quite as deep. Vert.
I'm going to do a bit of a flourish from my spear and be like, Hiya!
Try and hit with the other end. Sorry, Vert, that just misses as well. She just manages to knock it out of the way.
That brings him into a little whimper cry, but he hopes not. But he's not an emotional person, is Bert, except for right now.
He's just very perplexed by his weapon not working.
Again, terrible euphemism. I'm going to use my last key point to try and punch her in the face.
Okay, cool.
Got this.
Yes, you do punch her in the face, though.
And that means you get the extra 4 radiant damage.
Very nice. So you punch her with his glowing fist.
I don't hit women, but for you I'll make an exception.
Yeah, a bit of blood comes out of her mouth as you punch her in the face. Cool.
Or better still, Bert will just attempt to use the vicious mockery. Haha! Yeah, shabby.
That's cool.
And I think I would like to hit her.
Yeah, there you go. So you feel part of it.
The hag you just punched in the face will look at the two of you. Blood kind of trickles down her mouth, and she kind of holds her chest together. And she turns to the wall behind her, and with a black clawed fingernail, she just cuts a scratch down the wall. And you see this black, shadowy energy start to tear apart, and she just kind of pulls herself into the wall, and it disappears. She's
Did we not get an attack of opportunity?
Yeah, you do, because it's not forced movement. So yeah, sure.
Because, in order, so Vanessa will get hers first.
Yep, you can all make a melee attack.
Oh, that was shit.
Clank. Your sword just hits stone. Again, your spear just connects with solid stone. Vanessa just hits air.
1d4 plus what?
Yeah, I didn't know that was hard.
That didn't roll that to hit.
Yeah, what was the to hit roll?
It's okay.
I'll be in this.
Always.
Still isn't here.
And you hear the woman at the top of the stairs. Sister! Yep, Uthmar, you are on the ground with two children hanging from you.
I'm going to run,
Right.
For the orphanage.
and I'm going to go caw.
Oh, there's no quick though.
Oh God. Cass is...
Master, is that Raven back?
Can't get it.
Yeah, Cass is just like, hiya, hiya!
Perhaps she lived after all.
Awesome.
Yeah, and peg it.
Cool. Yeah, you just head down.
Flat cheek.
head down the hill. At the top of the stairs, you see the other hag woman do the same as you just saw her sister do, and rake her claws down the wall and just step through this black portal that opens up. She disappears also. You are out of initiative.
Just like look at Cass and go, I heard a strange noise, did you?
Caw.
I made a distraction.
Okay.
Well, presuming that these women have magically gone elsewhere.
Yeah, you can't see them outside anyway.
I'd start kind of like looking around, moving about. I'd be trying to kind of destroy things that it looks like they've been using so they couldn't reuse them. Or it'd take time for them to, you know.
Okay, cool.
Just like kicking over jars and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
you...
Should we burn it?
Let's like see what's in here before we burn it. If there might be something useful.
After it is unfair mine.
Yeah. Also, I'm just reminding you of the tarot card situation. Something to do with a sword or something on the commander of the hill or something you said you saw.
That's why I wanted to
Oh,
look
no,
around.
just for afterwards.
Ah, good choice. No, wait, that doesn't say that.
It's a lonely mill on a precipice. The treasure lies within.
I've just healed myself 4, by the way, that's what that was. You can
Cool.
heal now.
Sure. Yeah, you start smashing apart cupboards, and you kick over a barrel, and this thick sludge pours out across the floor, and you see like arms and a figure trying stretching out of this Icarus goo that comes out of the barrel, and it kind of sinks away into this puddle of wretched smelling goo. You kick over a few more barrels and boxes. A box full of frogs and toads scatter across the ground.
Can I catch one of them?
Sure, yeah. The chickens in the coop start.
Do convert later.
I would say if we're not running and I've got like a child's hand in either of mine, I would sort of say there's only one floor left I didn't check. Go to the top floor. There's a staircase into the roof. There's a ladder into the roof. That's the only place I haven't been. Otherwise there was a cupboard full of kids. By the way, this is X and Y, and I'll introduce
How
you.
do you name them as X and Y?
Well, no, I haven't asked their names yet. What are their names?
The girl tells you her name is Myrtle, and
What a cute name.
the boy is named Freak.
Excellent.
That's a shame.
I like his name.
Freak. Sounds like a band.
It just.
That is a wooden crate, wooden chest, in which there are 3 small labelled containers that hold some elixirs. The first is labelled Youth and is a golden syrup. The second elixir is labelled Laughter and looks like a red herbal tea of some kind. The third one is a greenish milky liquid labelled Mother's Milk.
Ew.
I'll take them all, put them in my bag.
Okay, cool.
Might be useful. If there's nothing else on this floor, I'd do what Moffat said and head upstairs.
Head upstairs, okay, cool. So yeah, you head up to the second floor with the millstone, powdered flour all over the place, blood stains on the ground.
I'd have a look around, obviously, see if there was anything.
Yeah, this room seems pretty bare bones. Just this millstone.
Is that a pun?
Well, in between, in amongst the white floury substance on the ground, you do find some small bones scattered around the floor.
Do they look like human?
On closer inspection, yes, they do.
Everyone knows what giants do.
You head up to the next room where the children were being held, and there is the 3 empty crates and a small mouldy bed with tattered sheets on the ground and a wooden ladder heading up through a trapdoor to the top floor.
If there's nothing else around here, then I'd go up the ladder into like the loft area.
Okay. You start climbing the wooden ladder and open up the trap door, which opens into a very small domed room filled with old machinery. There's not much room to move around up here. Light slips through the attic through small holes in the walls. You see amongst the sacks and discarded bits of old farm equipment, slouched in the corner of the room, the body of a man clad in plate armour, a shield resting over his chest, with a silver dragon rampant on it. And we'll discover what that is next week.
What